a down spell, and then after the down spell, I'll be like supercharged. So I'm choosing to believe that that's what's happening. I think
We're
it's. I
we're
think.
trusting the process.
Yeah, we're trusting the process. I think it's also kind of a precursor to like Genesis nerves, maybe.
Okay.
And just like having like, I feel like I'll just like forget how to play the game. It feels like. And then
Ooh.
also I can't tell if because I've been flubbing a lot, but I can't tell if it's me or if it's controller stuff. So I'm gonna be getting with someone hopefully later this week to have him check it out. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what's been going on the last couple days because I've just been like playing super bad for no reason.
Open Uncle Punch for me and like
Okay,
and share your screen. I want to see like and we'll turn input display on. Like we'll just go to the training lab, but I want to see
sure.
a little bit of what's going on.
Okay. 1 second here. So Uncle Punch. And then I'll turn off the music in a sec. I'll just do the connection first.
It's all good.
This might take a read. This is your code right above the key takeaways, right?
Oh no. So I'm in screen share in Discord.
Oh, screen share. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Your screen. I'm not sure if this is correct or not.
It's okay, just go with it. Just roll with it.
Share a window. Share this window. There we go.
Hell yeah. I knew we'd get there.
Okay.
Okay, so
Um,
let's now do the sound thing and we'll figure this out. There we go. And yeah, just the
okay.
training lab is fine.
Does
Okay.
enemy matter?
Let's pick let's go with Marth.
Okay.
Like it doesn't super matter, but there are some like things I want you to try doing, and I think they'll be better on. They'll be easy. They're like better to test on him.
Sure.
Let's go to Dreamland. Okay, so general. Yep. Sorry, general. Yep. And let's start with some basic movement and stuff. Like let's turn input display on. So it should be the next one down. Yeah, there you go. And like let's just like move around and like show me like some bobbing and weaving and like how we'd set up like a fight, I guess. Like a good spacing, I guess, against him.
Yeah, like that's one. Like I've been missing a lot of slap dashes.
Okay. Okay, so I just noticed that you did something on your C stick. It aimed upward, like upward diagonally. Can you just do like a float cancel fair for me?
Both there.
Yeah. Yeah, your C stick is aiming slightly up and slightly down to either side. Like, and it usually goes like pretty sharply up diagonally. So can you see what I mean? Like, do a slapdash.
Yeah.
Like now that like yeah, I think that this is and like where is it? Watch it on the control stick gate. Like tell me like where it's hitting while you're doing it. Like I'll watch the screen and you tell me like where it is on like physically.
Oh, physically. So should I watch my controller when I'm doing it?
Yeah, because I'm gonna watch the screen and see how they're like, and we're gonna compare them.
I'm doing like I think I go full like hard direction and then down straight down for fast fall.
No. We're looking at the C stick.
Oh, the C stick. Sorry. Uh. Oh, interesting. Um. Can't really tell actually. I'm holding it right now.
Okay, so that
It's
is
like
like.
my thumb.
Mm-hmm.
My thumb actually does go down a tiny, tiny bit. Like right now, I'm looking at it and it is like slightly. But I think that's just my thumb position. I don't think that's the stick. Like
Yeah,
looking at the stick.
so I don't think this is a controller thing. I think that what's probably happening when you're missing it is you're hitting one of like the areas that doesn't produce an aerial. Because like
Whoa.
because I've seen you hit like the actual diagonal a few times, like the
Doesn't produce an aerial?
I don't think that like diagonal like I don't think that the exact diagonal like between Well, actually, maybe it does. Maybe it just transitions to up air. But like, there's something that happens like in the top in the top right corner especially, that I think that like top right. So like we're thinking like the that. I see it go there. Maybe you're accidentally up airing or something on some of these.
I can't. It's actually hard to aim for that on purpose.
Yeah. Try doing a bunch of. Try doing like here. Let's do something. Let's do an experiment. Pause. Let's go to record, and we're gonna just go to like human mode record, and we're just gonna do a bunch of them.
Okay. Aiming for the top right gate.
No. We're just gonna do a bunch of. We'll just start over. We're just gonna do a bunch of slapdashes. So save position. Gotcha. Yeah, restore positions, and then just do a bunch. These look good. We're missing the fast fall, though, I think. Okay, that's a lot of them, so, like... Let's actually restore one more time, now that we've warmed up, and we'll do 5. 5 in each direction.
Like 5 right, 5 left?
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Perfect. Now we'll play back, and let's just go to and let's just watch these and look at where what's happening with each of them. So you're going to watch the movement and the controller, and just see what's misaligned. Do you see anything?
Should I be looking at control stick or C stick?
Controls, both of them. We'll do 2 runs. So let's for this we'll replay it. We'll look at the control stick this time.
Okay. Oh. It kind of feels like I'm not going down far enough. For the fact it kind of feels like I'm just...
You're kind of going to the other side a lot of times. It looks like you're going past it or not going very far down.
Yeah.
So that's a hand thing for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, that's good. And I always would rather it be a hand thing because I can do something about that.
Yeah, it's us. We control that. So let's now watch the C stick and just kind of let's look at the C stick and the coordination of the double jump aerial timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of... I don't know how to form this into a
but you can tell something. You can see something.
I can tell something, yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's pause. Let's turn playback off. So we'll just go over to off. And then, just do a slapdash, very slowly. Slower than you would in a match. And just pay attention to the coordination of the inputs together. We're going to kind of, let our hands, feel exactly... the goal here is precision, not, speed.
Like that?
Yeah. Now do it.
Yeah, it's there's
do
a
the
triple...
sides.
Okay.
Do it with direction now. These look super clean. Now let's add speed as we get comfortable. Now let's move around and add some speed to them. Work them into an actual movement pattern. And don't focus on the mistake. Just focus on hold that how that felt when we did them properly in our mind, and just keep that.
I'm noticing something. That when I go into go fast mode, that because for me the key to the slapdash after the initial jump is the 1, 2, 3 double jump C stick fast fall. And I'm noticing that if anything is gonna get dropped, is that I'm doing the C stick and the double jump at the same time.
Gotcha. Yep, that happens a lot. Nowhere a spot that actually happens a lot with an input. Ledge dashing. A lot of times people do down and jump at the same time.
Interesting. Okay.
But that makes sense, right? Because it's also an input that you want to do quickly. But yeah, so we have to kind of be mindful of Have I ever done the how much time is a frame exercise with you?
No, but it sounds like something I would be very into.
Sure. Let's quit out and pick let's pick Mario. Okay. We're gonna turn some. Actually, before we go in, let's turn some things on. So go back one.
Like OST vibe.
OSDs, yep. We're going to turn active of lag and wave dash info on and up it to 3. So we're going to do Y to, like, X or Y to, like, increase it.
Wave dash info on.
Yep,
and then
X. X or Y.
funny, however long I've been playing this game, I still have to look down to remember which button is X and which is Y. So you said go up to 3?
Yeah, so I think
Okay.
we went down. I always forget which one's which. We're good. We're done. Let's now go to FD with Mario.
As Mario or against Mario?
As Mario.
As Mario. Okay.
So here's the goal of what we're going to do here. I want you to do a perfect wave dash. Like just with, so it should be wave dash 1. Like wave dash frame 1. Perfect. So I want you to do that into a dash forward. And then it should also say 1 at the end. Actually, no, not dash forward. Into jump. Into jump.
Oop. Wow, it's been a while since I've worked on my wave dashes.
Well, he's also a faster wave dash than Peach by 1 frame.
Because jump squat?
Yeah, his jump squat is 4. Hers is 5.
There we go.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
So, let's try to get, like, the point of this, and then we're going to go another character. Let's snap. Perfect. Beautiful. So, with Peach, let's now go back to Peach for a second. And, like, let's compare how that felt. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a perfect wave dash, like frame 1 wave dash into jump.
Frame 1, wave dash, and a jump.
Yep. So like that, but we just want act out of wait to say 1, 2.
My wave dashes are way better when I use L, which is weird because I only use that out of shield. That's crazy.
I mean, wave dash out of shield is really good.
Yeah.
So like you can see that the timing on the jump, because the wave dash takes longer, the timing on the jump after the wave dash is a little bit later, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's go up 1 more character. So let's now try doing this with Link.
Link. Hey.
So you've seen what like 1 down feels like. Now we're going up 1. See that full hop? So that full hop when it's because you're air dodging on the wave like while you're in jump squat, probably because you're used to Peach's timing. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you see how that like there's like a bit of uncomfortable, like there's an uncomfortable necessary delay.
Yeah. Wow.
That unit of time is 1 frame.
Wow. It makes such a huge difference.
Yeah. Because we've gone up 1, we've gone down 1, we've done level, and now we're going up 1, and now you can feel like how much time that actually occupies. So this is the amount of time it takes for like a shine, that like a shine hitbox occupies. It's the amount of time that say like a double before a double, like this is when a double jump starts moving. This would be when how long it takes for a shield to come up, like this unit of time.
Wow. Ooh, yeah.
Because a lot of times we think that, like, you know, you have 2 frames to punish something, 5 frames to punish something, 8 frames to punish something, but how long is that really? Well, now we have a reference point. It's this times 5, times 6, times 8.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does this make sense?
It totally makes sense.
It helps us gauge and understand things. It's like, and it's not a big unit, but, like, it is real.
Right. Right. Yeah, okay, so this is just making me realize too that I need to like practice fundamentals ahead of Genesis. Like I think I've been maybe thinking a bit too high level, or not that the high level stuff is bad to think about obviously, but like I do think that some of the times where I'm flubbing it isn't just nerves. I think there is just some like getting back to basics that I should do.
It is almost always, whenever I've returned to this game, and I've returned to this game many, many, many times successfully with my Sheik, there's almost always a period of back to basics.
Yeah.
Every single time. Because it's ultimately your basics that win you most of your games.
Yeah, that totally tracks. And like so another thing that's been happening, so one is a slapdash thing. Another is just like a lot of missed dashbacks. Not like a lot, Like I was getting more before I fixed the controller.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't feel like the controller is definitely broken like it felt like before, but now it kind of feels like I don't always trust that I'm gonna get the dash back or that I'm gonna get the double wave dash to ledge, and so like having that lack of trust in the controller just manifests as like either flubs or not going for a confirm because I'm afraid I'm gonna flub.
So the nice thing about dashbacks is that they're one of the like or dashes in this game in general is it is one of especially because we play on UCF, it is one of the only
Yeah.
things in the game that has a buffer window.
Whoa.
So you don't have to time it perfectly. Here, go to Peach.
Yeah.
And we're gonna turn. Yeah, we're gonna turn. Actually, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. What we have is good.
Okay.
Let's
FD?
go to FD. Yep. We're gonna float cancel Nair and dash back.
We'll cancel Nair dash back.
Yeah. So like, as you can see, so here's what what I'm gonna challenge you to do. Let's actually go into. Actually, no, what? I'll do this on my end. So I'm gonna show you a demonstration here, like, because I know because I feel like it's easier if I just do it.
Did I close the feature?
Yeah, you can close screen share. That's okay. Oh wow, that's loud. Why do I have it so loud? Oh right, because I was practicing. Okay. Let's lower that to that. That's better. And let's do something. I actually would work with any character. We'll be Pichu. Cool. So, oh wait, and I should turn the thingy on. That I said was important. Dash back. There we go. Cool. So let's do this. And we'll do it like this, actually. So here we have Pichu doing a Nair.
Wait, I don't see your screen yet for some reason.
Oh wait, I didn't share. That's stupid of me. My bad. Okay, we are cooking. We have this. Let me know if you can see this.
Oh, yes, got it.
Okay, so we'll start. So we have like Pichu doing a Nair here. As you can see, I'm probably still in Nair cooldown. I'm not on the last frame of L cancel though. So presumably I should not be able to buffer a dash back on this frame. Like this should not work. But it does.
But what? But don't you like? I thought that it buffered like pivot or like smash turn or whatever.
So what that is, so that has to do with how the game reads the input, as opposed to like, so it does buffer smash turn, yes, but there's a polling thing, which is why we have UCF.
Okay.
That is the whole reason we have UCF is because the game gives you a three frame buffer on stick inputs. So what that means for us is that actually here we'll do another demonstration to prove that. So like we have Pichu here. He's clearly at the top of his jump around here, but I'm still getting the fast like it would be easier with the fast fall OSD on, but like you can see I can kind of like get the same amount of like landing frames. Like if I go to here, he takes about 23 frames to be airborne. I'm pretty sure that's correct, but I can get that from like a lot of different things because I held that one down sooner. You saw that. The reason that works is because stick inputs offer you a 3-frame buffer. The problem is with turn, if it doesn't read the turn in 1 frame, like i.e. it reads it over 2 frames, which is a polling thing, i.e. how the game reads the stick input, then it gives you a tilt turn, which is a lot slower. So UCF is basically a way of saying, okay, we're gonna like fix this a little bit so it actually pulls for dashback for 2 frames, for an additional frame. That's why we have UCF, because before it's just like, it was luck of the draw. Does your controller generally send the right signals to like get us to... Yeah. But it still means that you have a 3-frame window, or I guess 2-frame window, to nail a dashback when you're going away. Like, you have like a little bit of wiggle room.
So just to restate so I understand, is it like, if I am getting not a dashback, a smash turn, then that means that I input it like 4 or more frames before landing?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Or you're not playing on UCF. But
sure,
if you're in here or on Slippy, you definitely are. Or at Genesis, absolutely.
Okay, that's very good to know.
Yeah,
the
so
thing
like...
the thing that's hard with Peach...
Like, you're probably getting like this, right?
Yes, I get that a lot.
Yeah, that just means you're doing it too soon.
Too soon. Okay, so be slightly slower. Yeah, and this actually ties back to something we talked about in one of our earlier lessons, which is like sometimes you actually don't want to be fast. Sometimes you have to move a little bit slowly.
Yeah, so like the way I do it with my characters is like usually when I like am doing stuff like this, I'll learn like what it looks like when they do their L cancel like very, very closely. And then I'll just like kind of learn what like the last couple frames look like. So then I just know that like when the clouds are like in this position, that means I have to go. With Peach, Peach is actually kind of convenient in this way because like she just does everything. Like a lot of her stuff is just done with float cancels anyway, right? So it's just always the same timing.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
If you want to be like,
Yeah,
if you want to be precise, it's just like so let me think of how I'd put this. Because the auto cancel landing lag window is 4 frames, it's just like not immediately when you touch the ground, but any time after that.
To input the dashback, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Because like here, like you probably get like this, right?
Yep.
But like you can, so let's actually like let's like actually prove something. So let's say we'll do it here. Oh wait, it's not gonna let me float there and like and pauses it. No, okay, so I'll have to do with this manually. That's okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this and then, so we were entering float. We're nearing. We're letting go of float. So let's now turn. I'm not holding anything here. But like, let's say we'd hold back now. So this one didn't work, I guess. Oh wait, because I did hold one when I unpaused it. So let's hold this like 1 frame later. So this I think is the first frame of like landing. Yep, landing 0. So let's advance this 1, and now go back. Okay, so it is. Oh, so you do have to do it like. Okay, so it's not as lenient as I thought. That's on me. Like, but this is good. So it's like slightly after, like you like it's basically like not quite when you like instantly land. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when the poof appears.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah,
I also been getting some F smashes too, but that's definitely a me thing.
Oh, that also means that you're just going too fast because dash attack. If you're going forward, you have to wait till the 4th frame. Otherwise, it will just F smash. If you're turning around though, you can do it instantly.
Oh, interesting. As opposed, you're right, because
it skips the turn frame.
Right.
Like, or rather, the turn frame alleviates the dash forward rule. Of the input. Yep.
This is just a thing. I hit someone the other day with a DJL turnaround down tilt. It was a Fox player, and I just felt like a champion. I just had to share that.
Yo, it's sick. Yo, like
yeah, it was sick.
DJL changes so many rules about this character, and like I'm surprised it's not like a bigger thing with her. Like, it's already done so much for like expanding her platform follow-ups, and I get it because like out of shield stuff is like not as obviously useful as like a lot of other things, but like I just think that like the idea of like being able to get out of shield in like 6 frames is just so crazy to me.
It's so good. Yeah. Okay, so everything you're saying right now is extremely useful, and I'm definitely gonna practice that, and also just like getting into Uncle Punch and doing the act out of weight stuff. Do you recommend using save states for like flowchart stuff?
I find that with flowcharts are okay, like save states are okay, but here, let me share my screen again so we can. Let's say, who would you be doing these like flowcharts against? Like, who's someone you want to hit
Mark
hard?
comes to mind. Cheek.
Yeah, I'll just use Sheik. Sheik is convenient to work with. So I find it that I would say custom DI is usually like a lot more useful for me.
Okay.
So like here, let's set Sheik to a percent. What percent are we comboing her at? Like 18.
I don't know. I guess mid, like 50.
Oh, okay, 50, sure. So at these higher percents, I actually really like the preset options because you get a sense of like where things go. So like if I have a Sheik at 50 and I'm trying to combo her, a lot of times like you see how she's just holding in on me, right?
I'm not seeing your screen.
Oh wait, click our names. Like on the Discord, like it'll have an icon of me or something like that above our chat.
Chat. I see that. That's your like profile thing.
But it should say that I'm streaming because I started streaming again.
I'm not seeing it for some reason.
Let me try rebroadcasting.
Yeah, it's just like
Click it.
blank. It's just an icon.
Select it. Does it do anything?
Oh yeah, watch stream. Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Got it.
Okay, so what I do here is I go, after turning Smash DI off, I like just setting them to the percent and playing around with it here, because, like, people will DI things differently than, like, in matches. But, like, we can still learn from, like, this kind of practice. Like, so, like, this would be something I'd probably do. Like, we set the DI to inwards, which means that they're just going to hold survival DI. Outward, they're going to usually hold down in a, like, whatever, like, the... How do I explain this effectively? Let's turn, I'm going to turn input display on. So, like, look at the stick. So the natural trajectory on Peach's bear is, like, this up and out, right? So survival DI is causing Sheik to do this input, this up and in. And this is the combo DI input, or outward DI input because of it. So she is holding down, she is ASDIing down. That's why they floor hug so much in this mode.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah. So, in general... That's why if you do like outward DI, you're gonna get things like this, unless you start with like a pop-up move, then like that. Now this is still useful because like you still can like practice like follow-ups. No, you can try to get follow-ups here that lead to like. I find that this one's really useful for making sure you can like connect things in like off these like pop-up hits, even when like the conditions for the combo aren't like as ideal like this. So, but like. This is also, but it gets difficult if you want to mix and match. So this is where I find that custom DI comes in handy. So like custom DI lets us like create like a series of DI inputs that they'll hold sequentially as long as they're in stun on each next hit. So as an example, what I've done here is, so you can see it, I'm having them. It might be difficult, but to spot, but I've held straight forward on the first hit. And then I've done up and in on the next three. So she does something like this. See what I mean?
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're controlling, you're like setting the parameter of what she's going to do for each consecutive hit.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So then like if we think that she'll hold away, but then like she sees like Peach float coming at her with like nairs, then yeah.
How did you get to that menu?
Oh, trajectory DI. So from random, go all the way over to custom. Not none, custom, and then input with what you want on the on this.
Oh, cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so if you wanted to, another way that we could do it, like, let's say that we're working with, like, a slightly lower percent, like, say, this percent. Yeah, we could do, or actually, yeah, like this. So this, the reason she's going up here, in case you're not seeing it, is because I'm hitting her other side with the dash attack.
Oh, whoa, it's kind of a reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way that attacks work in this game is it has to do with what part of the body it hits on. So like as you can see here, it's like I can hit that side of Sheik with my dash attack if I time it well. But if I go like that, then it's gonna hit her front, so then she'll have the normal direct. Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So that's how a lot of really good dash attack combos get made.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I'll definitely experiment with that.
Yeah, but I would say that like save states, if there's very specific stuff you're looking to like test out, save states can be useful. But I find that getting your parameters is really like is what I find to be more helpful in combo training, like when working with these, because I think that like I think it's just easier to build the route. Assuming the opponent, like, knowing roughly what you're supposed to do on the different DI outcomes. Because I feel like most of the counters for, like, say, like, if we have her just do random DI, right? Like on that DI, like we know that we have, like if she goes away from us, we know that we have to dash attack here basically, or nair, right?
Yeah.
So like there's not tons to do with that, but there is still value in like so at that point, because we know what our move is, like dash attack or nair, we probably have to like we probably need to think about like how do we cross up this person if we want like a better follow up. Because, like,
Right.
now, but that's, although the one thing I'd say is, like, when it comes to, like, that's one of the reasons I don't always like working with, like, trajectory DI, like, the presets, because I feel like it doesn't do a good job of, like, capturing that sometimes, depending on, like, what the character is. Like, for instance, if I did, like, I'm not doing it here, but, like, if I could successfully cross them up, I don't think I can cross them up here with that dash attack. I think it's always gonna, like, hit her left. But if I could, like, if she didn't have quite as, like, severe a DI away, if she did something like that, you know, like, I can definitely, yeah, like, see what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, then we get a follow-up. So, it's just stuff like that is, like, that's an important part of that.
That mode is just good to know about, too, because, like, I feel like, you know, people often talk about, like, flowcharts, and I definitely see the benefit of that. But the save state thing for me has always felt like kind of niche, or not niche in that no one does it, but niche in that like the very, very specific situation that you're practicing with is specific, right? And like I feel like with this, it makes it more variable, so you actually do have to react, or I guess not react if you're setting it, but you know what I mean? Like it just feels a bit more
real.
Like, yeah.
No, I totally know what you mean. And, like, the nice thing about this, too, is, like, you don't have to, like, redo everything. You can just toggle percent, things like that. It's, like, you can... I feel like you can manipulate... Because you're dealing with, like, big picture inputs, it's easier to toggle things. So, custom DI, I'd say, is, like, it's one of the most useful things in Uncle Punch.
Sure. Okay, cool. Another thing, and I don't know if maybe this is this lesson or next lesson thing, but one of the things I wanted to talk about is just like what to do when you realize that you're flustered in a game. Like, because I know, you know, breathing and stuff, but like, I mean, literally like in game. Like if I can tell that I'm, like case in point, so I was, I got to play a few games with Pew the other day online. And it was a really good session, and I was very thankful for the games, and I definitely am going to watch those back because there's a lot of good stuff in there. But I was definitely feeling the sort of mental stack from just playing kind of bad against other people that day. And I felt myself knowing, and I feel like this happens in tourney, right? Like, I felt myself knowing that, you know, you got to breathe, you know, don't always dash attack, you know, like vary your approach, blah, blah, blah. But it sort of is like when you're in that flustered mode, it's hard to, you know, do the right things.
Yeah, it is. So, like, let me ask you, how did you overcome that? Because you said it was a good session, so presumably at some point the mood changed.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I went into I'm playing against a top player mode and like not like sort of releasing the need to win and being like I just have a lot to learn from the person that I'm playing against, so like I'm kind of just here for the vibes. That's kind of how I approached it. I don't know if it necessarily changed the gameplay, but it did change my feeling.
Yeah, those games?
I do, yeah. You want to...
Yeah, it's like, so you said that you weren't feeling super great at the beginning of the session, but you kind of like were able to mellow out. Do you know roughly when that happened?
Yes, actually. Let me, because I sent him a message during. Let me just find the time of that, and I can find the game.
Perfect.
You. From MichaeltheFresh. I feel good about the game. That was a 2:15. Okay, what was his code? Is the only thing. Sammy. My Slippy folder is just loading real quick.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
There we go. So I said 215, so that would have been this game at 210. So do you want a couple from here or just one?
I want that one, and I want one of the ones where you were definitely upset in.
Sure.
And the more disastrous, the better.
Okay, so here's the okay one. And I'll just find...
Shortest time, fewest stocks. Let's go. Like,
Sure. Okay, how about this one?
I'm not being mean on purpose. I'm not being mean unintentionally. There is a reason for this. But you
Why
have
won't
to
Slippy let me select the game? There we go. Okay.
But you have to trust me.
I do.
Okay. You can say you don't. I wouldn't be offended. Anyway, let me just grab that. So let's see here.
The first game, one that I said I felt good about, and the second one is the earlier game that I feel like I probably didn't feel good about.
Yeah. So let's see here. So 505. Let's start with the Pokemon Stadium one.
Okay.
And what I'm going to ask here is I want you to kind of like you've played this match somewhat recently, so I want you to put yourself into like the headspace you were in at that time and tell me what your brain is doing. Like, what are your thoughts doing? What's going on? Like, that's really the key to this. I need to know where you're at. So then,
one thing I know for sure,
and I've shared my screen. Are you in? Okay, I think I heard.
Yep,
that.
I'm in.
Perfect.
I'm in.
Yep.
One thing I know for sure is that at the beginning, I had this feeling of like I have to impress him because I have to let him know that I'm not like a bad player. Which, yes, that's definitely like I know that that's not a good mentality.
Why not? Why not? Like,
because it puts too much pressure on yourself. And it stops being about actually playing the game and just becomes about like giving an impression, which is like not the point.
Yeah, like that. So I think the second part is actually the more important part here, weirdly enough. I don't think that there's anything wrong with like I think that like pressure is one of those things where it's like the capacity at which we can handle it is just kind of our own thing. Like some people handle lots of pressure. Like I feel like if we have all the tools that we need to handle a high pressure situation effectively, we're actually pretty good at doing that in general. Maybe not, but like in the amount of like that varies because there's tools as in like what our actual mechanical tools are like for tackling the problem. This would be like having, say, well, it's like having a screwdriver to open your controller. And then there's also like skill-based ones. So like the tools we have to actually solve that problem, like knowing what the button, like knowing what is going on in the controller, like the knowledge of like how a fob works. That would be another component of this. And then finally, like we have like our just stress management tools, which are like psychological. So like we have like there's a bunch of different layers, and like the combination of that is what makes us like, and probably other stuff is what makes us capable of handling pressure. But like, I think we actually are good at handling pressure when it's matched to our skill set.
Yep.
The part that we're not good at is trying to control things we can't control. You don't know. There is no way for you to truly impress this guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that you can play and, like, be 100% guaranteed to, like, impress this guy. But there is a way that you could open a controller and be 100% confident that you are going to solve or know what is going on with that controller because of your skills, right?
Sure.
Because one of them is a thing that you can solve, and the other one is a person.
Right.
So,
yeah.
With that in mind, let's go into this. So what's going on in your upstairs? I know we're trying to impress him, but, like, what's happening as this match is going?
I think I'm trying to... I think I was just trying to play the matchup and just trying to, like... At this point, I think I was kind of trying to just be like, he's a Marth, I'm a Peach, let's play Marth Peach.
And this is good. This play is actually quite good. Sorry, I interrupted, but I was gonna say when you're doing the matchup here, you actually look quite strong.
Okay.
Like everything up to about like here, like let's slow down and watch this section because like talk me through these decisions. Like talk me through like what the general plan is on these decisions because I actually really like what you're doing, generally speaking here.
Yep.
Like, I see you boxing him out. I see you, like, creating space, pulling a turnip with that space, pressuring him, and then sharking him, and then putting him in the corner so you can take a dash attack.
Right.
Like, that sounds very Marth Peach matchup-y to me.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, and also there were a few times earlier in the session where he was like trying to hit me with some chump checks, and then I think around this game I realized that like he realized that a lot of those chump checks weren't going to work, which like which felt good because it meant that like something was working.
Okay.
And so like, yeah, I think I'm just trying to focus on playing, but I remember being flustered still because it felt like I couldn't just do the normal stuff that I do against like your random unranked Marth.
I mean, you wanted to impress him because he's Pew Pew You. Like he's one of the he's like the doubles god and like, you know, an all-star of NorCal. I would be disappointed personally if I fought someone like that, you know, who was excited to, and then like, you know, what works on Silver 3 Marth works on him.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Like, does that make sense? Does it not?
No,
make sense?
absolutely. Absolutely.
But we also want to win when we're in the match, right?
Yeah.
So
and then there's this feeling that I got that happens in tourney sometimes where it's like there's like how do I form this sentence? Like there's a thing that I feel like really should work, and like any time that I've ever gone for it, it feels like it would work, but then against players that I view as better, it doesn't work. And I don't know if it's because they're like doing some Jedi mind trick thing, or if I just like inputted it wrong, or like the sort of uncertainty of like why does that thing that feels like it should work not work usually puts me in a state of like.
What's an example?
Fluster.
Can you spot any examples if they come up?
Yeah, there was one that happened. I mean, it might be too far back, but there was one that happened earlier when we were on the plat. Maybe if we just
like which plat?
The right plat.
Okay, so like when you spawn or later?
Later, I think it was after I had lost a stock.
Okay, so we'll go there. So here, like after here.
Yeah, or actually, maybe it was right before that. Maybe it was like directly before that.
We'll just take a look.
But we can just like. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think that was one. I think like the dash back there felt.
So like you hit him with this dash attack, you pop him up, then you start dash dancing. No, you think he's just gonna grab or something or shield, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he just like hits you.
And then he hits me with that.
And then so he's like rushing you in spots where you're like normally they just like back off here or like chill, and he's like going in. Okay.
Oh, when I use my jump, yeah, and then when it feels like the dominoes of okay, now we're just like slowly inching towards demise, then I just like will usually get into panic.
So know what I find helps in situations like that, like mechanically, to like break down what is literally going on. So like here, like let's look at this. So you're doing this dash dance, expecting him to like bite, right? So what he has done here is you're trying to whiff punish him, and he is overshot. Right? Like this is just overshoot side B.
Yeah.
So you tried to whiff punish, which fundamentally is good versus things in place, and not good versus things that go past the point you're playing around. And he went past the point you're playing around. That's it.
Sure. So he called my bluff and me trying to call his bluff, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he did. He just thought one step further than you. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It's not like magic. It's not sorcery. It is very impressive, but it's not like the supernatural. He just, he saw you were moving in this fixed location, and he was like, I will go to the end of that location. Or a little bit past it.
Do you think that sort of thing is like a byproduct of like data collection, or do you think that that's literally skill? Like, do you think that because at this, I don't remember what number game we'd play, but like it feels like maybe he had just downloaded me at that point, or
Bit of A, bit of B. Like, he probably is, like, learning you as he's played, but, like, you know, this is a guy who's been playing almost as long as I have, right? Like, it's just he has lots of experience.
Yep.
He used to have, like, a bazillion sets versus, like, frickin' Alan versus MacD versus whoever. Like, there's been like, Peaches, like, Pink Shinobi, they've come and gone in his area, and he's had lots of games with them, and he's very good at it. Like, he's very good at it.
Yeah.
Like, he's, even if he wasn't good at this matchup specifically, like, and I think he is, but, like, even if he didn't have that additional skill on his side, it's like, he's just a very, like, he's an experienced former pro with a lot of know-how. Like, that's it. And, like, on top of that, then he's also, I would say that, like, his experience allows him to pick up on the patterns you're showing him a little quicker than maybe, say, like, a run-of-the-mill Marth. That's really the difference. It's just, but it's not that he's doing, like, it's, like, Marth is always going to be a fundamentals character, so there's always going to be some amount of, like, information gathering with him, just because he can't one-player people the way, like, some of the more technical characters can.
Yeah. Okay. I see that. And then in response to that, because, like, the theme of what you're saying is, like, you can't control the other person. Obviously, you can only really control yourself in the moment. So, like, is it just at that point it's just about not getting discouraged and keep trying to, like, play as best as you can?
Absolutely. And what I find helps ground me is being able to say, he outplayed me here because I tried to do this and he did this. But it's just he made a good move. That's it. I can make a good move too.
Right. Ooh, that's another one. Yep, that's another one.
So what happened? Which one was that? Like that wave land
when
back?
When I went in with the empty float and wave dash back, I think I was trying to bait a grab, and then he did. I don't know what he did. Was it an F tilt or something? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, another side B.
Yeah. So basically, you're expecting him to go this far, and he's going this far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's just, like, slightly overshooting you. He's just playing a slightly bigger threat range than what you're used to, because he's made a call about where you're spacing.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to switch up when. Okay. So when someone is when someone is overshooting your whiff punishes, it's important to start mixing up your neutral spacing, so that doesn't happen as much.
Yeah. Or you could attack in deeper. Like, one thing I'd comment here is, like, so, like, here you go in. So where does this all happen? It happens, I think I might have jumped to the wrong spot. Do you remember roughly what this is? Oh, yeah, it's after this, I think.
I went for the slide off. Ooh.
So where does this situation happen? Okay.
Is it?
Oh no, we did go past it. That's fine.
Yeah.
So, like, here's the thing. So there's, like, on that F smash here. So, like, when he comes forward on this F smash, on this like, overshoot F smash attempt, or under, like, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. So, like, you see here, like, this was a solution, like, getting out of the way, but you could have also just, like, dropped your float and thrown the turnip at him.
Drop the float and throw the turnip, as opposed to the back air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I see that.
Yeah, like here. So, like, you go into the air here. Like, one thing I'd comment is, like, I don't know why we're floating here. Because, like, we're not at a height where we can bonk him on the head with our back air. And as such, like, because of that, he can just compete with us in the air with his nair and fair. So, what I would be doing here is I'd just be, like, short hopping. Because, like, if he commits to this nair when we're short hopping and we drift back, we can just throw the vegetable at him and hit him. And take control and take spacing. Like, he's at knockdown percent too, so then we can pull ahead. But, like, we're not used to, like, doing that kind of play pattern. But again, like, here, so when you're, like, instead of doing this back air, one thing you could do is, well, actually, no, there's the two things you could do. You could back air into him, instead of, like, jumping away from him. Like, here, we go, and, like, this is where we set it up. So you dash jump away from him, but what I'm saying is, what if we full into him with back air? Because if he's overshooting, we can just hit him.
Right.
Because he's going all the way over here to hit you. Or, like, all the way over... Like, somewhere around here is where he's trying to hit you from. So, like, you could get out of the way, potentially, if you can. But the thing about overshoots is that they're designed to catch retreat motions. So sometimes if someone's, like, just barely, like, reaching a little further... Like, if somebody's coming even closer to reach for you... Sometimes the solution is actually just to hit him. Like, either play would work here, but I feel like you get way more over the back air into him or the turnip into him just because, like, he's at a high percent.
Yeah. So when it comes to, like, understanding if the person you're playing against, or just, like, understanding the pace of neutral, not from a matchup perspective, but from, like, a player-to-player perspective, is it, yeah, see, I don't even know how to formulate this question. Like,
Try.
when it comes to overshoots, undershoots, whiff punishes, that sort of thing. When it comes to dealing with what the other player is doing, should you treat it more from like a I'm reacting in the moment to what they're doing, or like I've noticed overall that this is what they're doing, and so like I'm gonna sort of operate under the guise that that's what they're gonna do. I don't know if that made sense.
It does. I would say that, like, it's kind of both, but you'll never know which one you're doing. You'll never know how much you're doing of either. Because this is why I keep stressing observations. Like, look at what's going on, make a note, move on. Because that is what feeds our the information to the, like, subconscious brain to act on it. That's why I keep saying, like, look at your percent, see what he wants, what does he want, move on. Like, cool, make a hypothesis, move on quickly. Like,
yeah, okay.
Percent, move, go. Like, percent, move on.
Sure.
Because as you create, like, and then you get to see what he does. So it's like, oh, he F smashed there instead of grab. Like, oh, he nared there instead of fair. As you start to build those things together, you get a more complete picture of who your opponent is, and your decisions will adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
You've seen
honestly,
that happen.
I love how I played that. Sorry, I actually love how I played that.
Okay, so let's look at this.
Yeah, and that totally makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah, and you've seen it happen. Like, so walk me through what's going on here. Like, I love it. You said you love this? Talk to me.
Yeah, so these crouches, you're just like,
no, this is good. This is good. So, like, one of the challenges of Peach is that she sometimes doesn't have the overshoot option because she needs a turnip or to get close enough so that she can go past where their, like, main position is with her dash attack. Like, from here you can't really overshoot.
right.
So what you do very cleverly is you get beautiful. You create this spot and now you suddenly can. So this is absolutely a beautiful outplay. See, you can do this. And he's, like, really good. I don't know how good he is, like, now, but, like, man, I fought him in his prime. He's a beast.
Yeah. I also was just, like, even when I wasn't all the way satisfied with how I was playing, I was definitely kind of happy the whole time because I was just down to play the legend. I was just having a good time.
Yeah, talk me about this game. Talk me through this game.
I don't know if I remember yet, but this was the game that I said I felt good, I think. This was the first file I sent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I seem to remember that, like, from the vibes that I remember is that, like, I was catching him on some of those chump checks, and it felt good.
Your risk reward has been good so far. Like, you've taken a lot of damage, but, like, the hits he's getting aren't, like, leading to kills, and that's kind of what you need to do. Like, you kind of, like, Peach is a character of faith, like, in a lot of spots. Like, you need to just kind of believe you're still okay, and that you can come back from the deficit, because her recovery is, like, phenomenal. And, like, that's what you're doing. Like, that was beautiful. That fucking nair was crazy.
Oh.
The spacing! Oh my god. Yeah, you're playing hot. Like, this is, like, he's good, so he's beating what you're doing on some of it, but, like, the movement's crisp, the attacks are intentional, like, this is good.
Oof.
I think the full hop nair there was a little simple. Like, it didn't really accomplish, like, anything against what he was doing. You see what I mean? Like, when he's shielding on the platform, I mean.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, like, what do you think would make more sense here?
I mean, get out of that zone, or it's like, if I think he's gonna stay in shield, I could DJL grab, or DJL down smash. If I think he's gonna come down, then I would probably, like, go to center stage.
I feel like center stage is why this, like, runs into problems, though, because, like, we just let him, like, we just put ourselves into his fair and, like, force ourselves, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he could have just, like, wave dash forward into fair or shield drop fared, and he would have gotten us. This will sound weird. I almost wonder if the solution is we go through him and, like, land over here.
Oh. Interesting.
Like, because I'm noticing something that Zane does a lot, like in modern play, like something that I've noticed that has changed from like boomer play that I'm trying to work on is like I feel like one mistake we made as like in the olden days was valuing center stage too highly in certain micro spots, and I think this is one, like the shield pressure is like one of them. A lot of times we really try to like hold this, like if somebody's shielding here, right? A lot of times I feel like we try to fade everything back like this. But this just puts us into like a lot of shield drop radius zones, right? Like Sheik would get us here, Marth gets us here, Ganon gets us here, like lots of characters get us here.
Yeah,
it's good versus Spaceys because they don't really like have much range, but like anyone who has like a ton of like who has long limbs, like they can kind of get us. So I notice what Zane does a lot more of is like he kind of goes over here and plays for this like edge cancel or like spaces on the back of their shield so like they can't get them. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, Sheik is broken, so this won't work against her, because she can just shield drop back air. But, like, Marth doesn't really have a good shield drop back air. In fact, his starts low and comes up, and a lot of back airs hit kind of like this, right? Or, like, kind of at this kind of motion. So, I feel like this makes some... Like, I feel like this spot, like, might be something worth... Or, alternatively, yeah, like, we could also just, like, do a more, like, pronounced retreat motion. Like, we kind of, like, jump up and back, and then, like, maybe up air here. Because I think that up air has a better spot for contesting him coming down. It ends quicker in the air. Like, we can probably float around this height. It just gives us more options, you know?
Yeah. Wow, that's a very interesting idea.
Yeah, well, there's a few things that's going on. Perfect. 1 second, just... Sorry, I have somebody else, but like we have about 4 minutes left.
Okay.
So with that in mind, I want to say like I think this is a good. I think that I'm liking what I'm seeing here. What are you telling yourself? Like so, to play more of like this match, what were some of the things that you told yourself? Like you said, you weren't trying to like win as like maybe not like that we don't want to win because like I feel like that runs into other problems. But like, what's like a more neutral way that we can like kind of regroup here?
I was trying to play defense because I felt like he was catching me just trying to be overly offensive. And so I was just like really focusing on surviving.
Okay.
In terms of the neutral, honestly, I'm not sure because I don't actively remember what I was trying to change in the neutral. I just remember feeling better about this game for some reason.
Okay, so I don't want us to like hyper fixate on a strategy because like again, like what the demands of the match will vary against the players we're fighting. And the characters we're fighting. But, like, so you said that, like, you kind of recognize that you had to, like, hold on more. Maybe it's, why are you holding on? Like, is if you can't win, like, that's not going to, like, you know, if you are holding on, it's because you think you can win, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe that's a starting point. Maybe it's like, maybe it can be something like, because we don't want to forfeit offense, but maybe it's something like we can't, like, you know...
Woo! Sorry, that's another moment that I liked. But yeah, please.
No, this is good. Like, that pressure string is hard. Like, beating out his up B is not easy. Like, that's, like, tight. Yeah, like, because he's... Yeah, wow. No, you're doing good stuff. No, this is sick. I think maybe it's just, like, a matter of, like, you know, the only way we bounce back from this is if we hold on, is if we stay in it, hold on. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think we need something that we can tell ourselves in that moment that's, like, you know, that kind of, like, gives us a little bit of inspiration, that kind of like, helps us, like, you know, reminds us that we think we can win, but also, like, encourages us. Because all the breathing in the world doesn't matter if we don't also give ourselves a reason to, like, keep going. So
yeah, that's what I need. And when I'm feeling good... Like, when I'm actually feeling really good about how I'm playing, I feel like a fucking god. Like, I feel like I can't be stopped. But it's like, that... You can't guarantee that that's going to happen. And so, like, I think what you're saying is that I kind of just need to have, like, a thing that I can return to, like, keep the encouragement going throughout the set. Throughout the game, throughout the set, yada yada.
Yeah, so I'm going to flag that. Pep talk. Find a way to find your inner strength. No, to call upon your inner strength in matches. And combine with breathing / other grounding techniques to lock back in. Because I agree. Like, I feel like we've focused a lot on the physical, but there is the physical components of locking back in, but the mental component is important. Because, like, again, it's the reason that we are doing this.
Yeah.
Directions key. You're playing so well. This is sick. Like, I love that you went. Oh my god, I love these decisions. Like, so the thing that stands out to me is that, like, you nicked... It's kind of like the Spaceys matchup, like, thing, where you, like, nick him and then, like, down smash to, like, build damage. Like, that makes so much sense there. Great nair, great edge guard attempt. I actually don't mind the down smash. Oh, and you read the air dodge. Okay.
Yep. But, like, what's funny, after he beat me like that, I was only left with a feeling of satisfaction. Like, I wasn't even mad. I was like, I feel like I represented my play capacity quite well that game.
You played your heart out, and you're never... The losses that, like, hurt are never the ones where we play our heart out. So I feel like if a pep talk, if you're giving yourself a pep talk is what it takes to play your heart out, then I think that is something that we should investigate. I do have to go to my next person, but take care. And we'll figure out the last time. And no, it's my pleasure. I love working with you. Bye, Michael.
Same.